Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Jay Bari here, and I'm back with another video here to talk about some more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. In Final Fantasy VII Rebirth news number 6. Yes, we're doing these new series like we did with Remake, leading up to the game, and we got some more information from Square Enix. We got some more information from the Final Fantasy VII account as far as when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Which kind of in this video, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to be talking about some predictions, my own personal prediction theories of what's going on in the game. And this news here kind of like gave me a little bit more confidence in my prediction and in my theory as far as what's going to go on, especially towards the end of the game. But we'll see. I kind of like doing these theories and prediction videos just to see, like, hey, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, then you guys are gonna kick my shins in being wrong about my favorite game of all time. If you guys don't know, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time, and I've been loving the remake. I've been loving what I've been seeing, what they were doing Rebirth, and I'm super excited to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But let's dive into the latest news that is happening here when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So this is coming from the legend, the god, happy belated birthday to Tetsuya Nomura, where he spoke about the actual key art of the game. So created by creative director Tetsuya Nomura, the artwork represents three worlds that form the axis of the story of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Sephiroth is in the center as he represents the instigator of the events of the past. So yeah, like this is really cool information here because they kind of divulge a lot here with Sephiroth. This is what we kind of assumed anyway. This is kind of what we was trying to going with when it came to Sephiroth, as far as he knows a lot. He's trying to change his own destiny, similar to like what Aerith is trying to do, change her destiny, her fate. Because both of these characters, I feel they don't want to die. Sephiroth know that his fate is, he's going to, have a certain demise, given by, Cloud or whoever. And Aerith as well, she meets her demise by Sephiroth. And I feel like both of these characters, they know what is happening and they trying to prevent that. So saying that Sephiroth is in the center and being the instigator of the events of the past, he's just trying to manipulate. Like I said before, when it came to the previous trailers, Sephiroth's whole game is to manipulate the party, whether it's Cloud, as we were seeing in Remake, Tifa, as we've seen in one of the trailers where he's manipulating her as far as like, is that the real person? Is that who we think it is? And even in the latest trailer that we'll play again, where he's manipulating, saying like, hey, believe me, trust me, I'm the one that's telling you the truth. You're a part of me, this is the reunion, and it's very interesting to see. And I like the key art, I like the box art, and for them to just divulge that information like that, I think is really cool. But it is something that is always in my mental, as far as like when it came to Sephiroth's role in these remakes. So that's part one of the tweet. Part two of the tweet here. Let me move my big head out the way so you guys can see it. Video capture, boop. I move myself here. So he's saying here, Cloud and Zack are on the side. They represent their destinies being torn apart by Sephiroth. So Sephiroth is in the middle of between these two characters, obviously. The image of blood, fire, and the red that invokes Sephiroth stains the sky and spreads over the world. A subtle red shade in the logo, also inspired by the same imagery. So yeah, this is Sephiroth playing a part in both worlds here between Zack. Zack is in like a distant past or whatnot, that he has his own timeline going on when it came to Remake, where he didn't meet his demise of him dying. You know what I mean? But the only person, Zack, seemed like he's just clueless of what's going on. He's just regularly, living his life. Meanwhile, Sephiroth and Aerith, personally, I feel like they know. With Sephiroth, we know, so they confirm it here. But Aerith, when remake, she's also trying to pass, and not succumb to her fate. She's trying to create a new destiny, a new fate for herself, which we're gonna play that again in the trailer, where she said that. It's very subtle, but she said it in the trailer. But yeah, Sephiroth is interrupting with these two timelines here. Which that's what a lot of people was confirming. That's what we thought as well after remake. And yeah, it's just a whole bunch of manipulation here. My personal feeling, what I think is gonna happen. Let me move my big head back over here. My personal feeling, as far as what I think is going to happen, is that Sephiroth is going to use Zack to, pretty much mess around with Cloud and his party, where he's going to use Zack's confusion, because even in Crisis Core, Zack was just like being him, doing him, but he's just a part of, he's just in the middle of a mess between these three friends and Shinra and everything else that surrounds him. He's just like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Come on, man. This the typical Zack lines. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why they did the whole reunion remaster or remake when it came to Crisis Core, just to show you how Zack, his personality and how he was dealing with the issues that he did deal with, and his unfortunate demise that happened that now is just avoided in remake. And the manipulation factor with Sephiroth is going to come into a big part, not just with the party itself and Cloud, but with Zack. And one of my main predictions as far as how the ending is going to go and how it's going to end is, I feel that yeah, we're going to be playing as Zack as a part of the game, because they did confirm that it's going to be an episode. But I feel like the final boss that we fight in the game is going to be Zack, where Zack is going to see Cloud all messed up, looking at Aerith, ready to strike her down. And in that moment, that's where Zack is going to play in the line of, come into this timeline. Or he's probably been in this timeline, but he's going to come into this area where, Aerith is doing her prayer or whatnot. And Zack is going to see Cloud confused as hell, because Sephiroth's already manipulating his mind. It's like, is that real? Is it him? Is it him? Is it him? You saved him. You had him carry into Midgard. That's probably a copy or a clone, or that is not Cloud, and have Zack fight Cloud, at the end, avoiding Aerith's demise at the end. At the end of the day, I feel like Aerith is still going to have to sacrifice herself to control Holy, to use the live stream, being in the live stream to control and focus Holy into stopping Meteor. Because at the end of the day, all of the box art still show Meteor coming down. So that, I think, is unavoidable when it comes to this remake. But I think that I just feel like Sephiroth is gonna put these two soldiers, quote unquote soldiers, we know Zack is only one, against each other, and have their friendship being questioned, because they're trying to figure out who is real and who's not. And the same thing is going to play along with when it comes to Cloud. Cloud, in his mind, he knows that Zack passed away. Well, he doesn't know that yet. I mean, he's still playing around with whoever it is, but whether they play it out, pretty much, even in the third game, they probably going to still play around with Zack being the enemy and fighting against Cloud, because in his mind, Cloud's mind is all jacked up as far as who you think he is and whatnot. But I just feel like they're gonna put those two worlds to clash against each other, and even Sephiroth in the latest trailer, he confirmed what the reunion is. So we're gonna play this second trailer real quick. I mean, not the second trailer. Is this the second or the third? I think it's the third. We're gonna play this part, and you're gonna hear Sephiroth talk about what the reunion is.
It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge.
The reunion when worlds merge. We see here, they're talking about all these different worlds. And in the middle of it, Sephiroth is in the middle of it, causing whatever strife and and you know, contention between everybody. They even showed that here. They even had like another one where they showed I think it was Tifa here and it was Aerith here, you know, and Sephiroth still in the middle off this whole red shade or whatnot. So yeah, I think remake, remaster, or rebirth. I said all the wrong R's. Rebirth. There's gonna be some tug of wars going on, man. There's gonna be some clashes. There's gonna be some huge plot twists. They're gonna make us feel real comfortable as far as, oh, we're playing Final Fantasy VII. But boom, twisted right there. Oh my God, Zack, final boss fight. Talk to me, man. Talk to me, yo. I just think this is this. I think that would be dope, in my opinion. It would show Sephiroth like true cunningness as well, and yeah, I think that would be a proper send off, because a lot of people is trying to figure out like who is going to be the final boss. Is it going to be Sephiroth again? Or are you going to fight against Sephiroth and he's gonna do what he do with Aerith? I do think Aerith is still going to die. I just don't think she's going to die the way. I don't think she's going to die how she died in the original game. She might get stabbed in the back again. She might be doing a prayer. She might get, what I mean, kind of thing. But I just feel like they're going to delay that death. But in the middle of that, they're going to have these rifts happen where the red, especially in the third game, that red little shade that they talk about here is going to expand even more within the third game. But yeah, that's just my theory. That's just the news that we see here for the latest stuff with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Y'all let me know in the comment sections how you guys feel. Oh, let's talk about as well Aerith. She's talking about her destiny, wanting to change her destiny. We're going to play that as well.
Just close your eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that. Her rallying cry.
Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Boom. We can overcome our fate. Whose fate are you talking about? In everybody else's mind, everybody's thinking like, yeah, I'm just going to live. If somebody that knows that they're going to die, or somebody that's trying to avoid themselves trying to die, you're trying to say those type of statements because you're trying to avoid that. We can overcome our fate. Your fate, your destiny is preventing Meteor to destroy Gaia, as being the last quote unquote Cetra. And I feel like Aerith herself just wants to live. And knowing that Zack is alive, or this world where Zack crashes with the other world, is going to even expound upon that, where now her first boyfriend, her bodyguard, her love is alive. She definitely don't want to die now. It's gonna make that sacrifice hit so much harder whenever she does end up dying or end up sacrificing herself. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're gonna play on those, they're gonna tug on those emotions, tug on the heartstrings with the player, and that's with the characters as well. Seeing what they're gonna be going through as far as sacrificing for the greater good, But yeah, that's just my theory. That's just my prediction on how I feel Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will end, and leading into the next game, how it's going to go. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section below. It's your boy Jay Barry. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gone. Deuces.